So this time I want to talk about something I love, which will be a nice change of pace. Um, I've always loved like crime thrillers, and especially like on TV, where like the format gets allowed to to stretch out and develop its characters. Um, to me, it's like it's always acted as like a muse. Like when I watch stuff like that, like The Shield or something like that, or The Sopranos or The Wire, or Breaking Bad, my new favorite show. Always behind the Shield. The Shield will always be my favorite. Um, when I watch stuff like that, I'm like, I wish this is what I want to do. This is what I want to write. I want to write something like this at least once. And having the Shield and Sopranos are long retired, and The Wire, Breaking Bad is on hiatus until March. I needed something to fill the void. So I'd always heard that like Sons of Anarchy was good, and it fell into that like same sort of category. So I finally decided to give it a chance, and I'm glad I did because it's a great crime drama. I mean, I honestly didn't expect it to love it as much as I did by the end of the first season. The last two episodes, I was like, I'm in. This show is great. Um, so, and I think for most people like these types of shows or movies or whatever. I mean, I don't think it's just me or people that want to write this stuff. I think everybody kind of likes crime shit. So, and any like show like Breaking Bad or Shield, I recommend to someone. They watch it, they end up liking it. And if you're one of those people like that, I guarantee you, if you give Sons of Anarchy a chance and you watch the whole first season, you will love it. It's a weekly, like 1 hour television show about a biker gang trying to find its way and survive. Like a lot of like all these shows like this, um, the anti-heroes manage to get in deeper trouble every week before somehow digging their way out, and it's suspenseful, and it gets deeper every week. They eventually dig their own graves and spend their remaining days trying to avoid drowning. Um, it's gonna end badly. And so what is it about? It's basically main character is this guy named Jackson Teller, who is Charlie Hunnam or Hunnam, something like that. Uh, the only thing I know him from is he was a character in Undeclared. But anyways, he's like a young descendant of the gang's founding member, one of the founding members, anyways. And he doesn't really approve of where the gang is going, of this biker gang. And that's kind of like that's the main the main theme and plot and storyline going through the first season, anyways. Like the gang's main revenue source is like illegal gun trading, but Jax kind of envisions like a future with like legitimate legal, you know, income for the club. And he finds a manuscript written by his dead father that confirms, he wanted to push the club in the same direction. Like he started it. Like I forgot what Jack says it in one episode. He's like, the way he saw it, it was going to be like some real hippie commune bullshit. It was started as an idea, as a way of life, but not like a criminal way of life. But Jax's dad is dead, and his dad's friend Clay, played by Ron Perlman, um, is running the club and married to Jax's mom, played by Katie Seagal, in a performance that I think should win an Emmy if it hasn't. I don't know. I didn't look it up, but I think it deserves an Emmy. Uh, and Clay, the Ron Perlman character, is a pretty ruthless, outlaw and leader of this club. And Jax's mom, who's married to Clay, she's just as bad. She's like, in the first episode, I'm like, this is an evil character, man. Something ain't right with her. And, I was right. Um, this Clay guy is just violent. He always goes for the violent solution without really thinking. He's not a smart leader. But his wife, Jax's mom, she is pretty cunning. And I don't want to spoil too much. I guess I kind of do, but it's like a Shakespearean tragedy, and this one aims for no less than Hamlet. So maybe that's giving too much away. If you know Hamlet, hopefully you haven't. If you have seen Hamlet, I'll just say, like, if you have seen Hamlet or read the play, you should see it coming. This is an old theme that's been done over and over, but it's done here in a different setting, and it's done very well. Um, I should mention that the show is created by Kurt Sutter, who was a writer on The Shield, and he played a character. He played the leader of the Armenians, who he plays a big role in season 3. That's all I'll say about it. And here he's the creator of the show. He writes a lot of the episodes, and he also plays a character here, like one of the bikers who's in prison named Otto. So I think if you like The Shield, this is a very similar show to The Shield. It's kind of like a mix between The Shield and The Sopranos, because they are like a organized crime outfit, whereas The Shield, it was dirty cops. This is an organized crime outfit like The Sopranos, but it has the plotting and pacing of The Shield, where every episode something's going on with different gangs, and they're getting themselves into trouble, and they have to get themselves out of trouble. And later in the season, the FBI is cracking down on them. Uh, so like if you like The Shield or you're into stuff like that, you're gonna like it. And it really starts to pay off in like the second half of the season. There's some big episodes, and some of them are episodes that have to do with like side plots or not the main plot, but you know, uh, Jax's love interest, who is a nurse, who was a childhood girlfriend, but she moved away, but now she's back. That plays into it a lot. But also, you also have his junkie girlfriend who he has a kid with, and the kid's born prematurely and is in the hospital most of the season. But there's some good stuff like that. There's an episode like Jay Carnes, who is Dutch from The Shield, plays a guest star as a crazy ATF agent who is stalking Jax's ex-girlfriend, the nurse who moved to Chicago and came back. And there's a crazy episode with that where like it doesn't have to do with the main plot, but it's just shocking and very cool and well done. And I don't know, man. It's just a really good show. The last couple episodes to it really comes together. My main problem in the first couple episodes is all the characters are very unlikable. These are hardcore criminals, man. But they do become three-dimensional and human, even though most of them you hate. There's a couple good characters that you like root for. Jax, who wants to turn the club around, make it something positive. You have his buddy Opie, who did 5 years for the club, but he's so loyal, he wants to come back even though his wife wants to leave him. I mean, there's just good drama all around in this. And you have Opie's dad, this guy named Piney, who has an oxygen tank. And he has his doubts about the club, too, kind of like Jax does. It's just, those are the three likable characters, and they really come to the forefront in the last final episodes. And you find out that the characters that you didn't like, you're really not supposed to be rooting for. They're villains. I just really loved it. I can't wait to see season 2. It comes out in late August. I'm gonna catch up and then watch season 3 all the way through. I'll probably do reactions to every episode. But I mean, I really think, I mean, even if it doesn't sound like your thing, because it didn't sound like it to me. Even though I knew the pedigree of the creator, I didn't want to see like a white trash biker gang thing. But this is really, it's on the level of The Shield, and it goes for themes that have been around since Shakespeare, and it's very well done. I'm gonna give it my highest rating, and I haven't given it in a while. 5 out of 5 stars for Sons of Anarchy season 1.